What's the first thing that comes to your mind when I say dropout?
Black kids.
Intense, intense.
Dropouts. It's like mostly everyone who's Hispanic and like dark skin.
There are just enormous consequences to leaving without a diploma, and I know schooling can be a miserable space, and I feel sad about that. And I know schooling could have nothing to do with the kind of education I wish young people were getting, but I also know not having a diploma is really hard in a city like New York in times like these, where prisons are waiting to kind of pick up young bodies of color and the economy is not very inviting.
What comes to mind when you hear dropout? What's the first thing on your mind?
That's kind of interesting because I am kind of like a dropout myself, you know? Like I never really got through the whole high school thing, but right now I'm in the GED program.
Well, right now, the first thing that comes to my head is actually the situation I'm in. I'm actually thinking about dropping out of school at this point in time. You know, there's a lot of things going on with me. You know, I'm a good student, it's just that a lot of things going on with the family, you know. I'm tired of being broke.
Teachers kept picking at me saying, oh, I'm not going to be nothing, you know, it's cause, and they kept, you know, every time I be around my friend, they want to push me away, you know, and stuff like that. So basically, I just went on with my business and just went and got my GED.
You know, I know people make a distinction between different ways young people leave, but really I think those who leave are really being pushed out.
Ms. Gonzalez, as I'm sure you are aware, Tony has maintained a bad record since his enrollment in this school. If we can't use kid gloves in these situations, or the other kids will think they can get away with anything, if he gets in any more trouble, we'll have no choice but to discharge him from this school. Do you understand, Ms. Gonzalez?
Yes, I understand.
I need you and Tony to sign this contract. All it says is that you understand what will happen if Tony gets in any more trouble.
This is not right. You don't have rights. This is not fair. You don't care about Tony. You know what I think about this contract? That's what I think about this contract.
So a push-out is very different from a dropout. A push-out is someone, I would say, that the school should have worked harder to keep, but in fact may have done the opposite, actually helped them out the door. I mean, if a school is constantly sending you a message, hey, you're not really much good, you're not much good, you're a C kind of person, you're a D kind of person, nobody wants to keep hearing that message.
Well, they wasn't really teaching me anything. It's like when they teach, they want to sit there and you don't understand it. They want to contradict in front of the class, like, oh, did you listen? It's like nobody really paid. Like, yeah, I hear you, son, but I don't get it. And then you want to sit there and get all mad. So it's like I don't really care.
Here are the facts. The government spends about $424 billion on war and prisons annually. It also spends about 7 times less than that on education. Teachers in school are not well trained. Urban youth often tend to have the least qualified teachers in their schools, with 63.2% without masters and approximately 40% of teachers staying at the school for less than 2 years. Inside and outside of the school environment, youth are criminalized and put down. In school, there are security guards, zero-tolerance policies for misbehavior, metal detectors, and dress codes constantly criminalizing youth. All of these things amount to a kid dropping out or being pushed out. People blame dropouts on...
I think they get involved in drugs.
Because they get pregnant.
Money for schools goes down as they get more dropouts and less graduates. But why do schools choose to push kids out instead of keeping them in? Well, it's actually a lot more of a loss for a school budget if students keep on performing poorly in school. If they keep a couple of good graduates, their schools get more money. So, a school is going to push out the poor performing students at any cost. Which brings us back to the beginning, this issue of money.
It is happening all over the country. And young people often think, I guess I did something wrong. But you know what? Middle-class kids do those things wrong all the time, and they get away with it. It's like working-class kids don't get a second chance.
Why do they have to give us such a hard time if they really want us to graduate? Why even focus on school when most of us are being pushed out the door? Do I see myself actually want to be another person added to the statistic? What do I do now? What's my next move?
I'm going right now. Y'all, I'll call you back later. So what's up? How you doing? You hitting the books hard. You graduating, right?
Not anymore, I'm not.
So what the hell happened?
I'm 2 weeks pregnant.
They gonna kick you out.
I'm not going anywhere.
Wow. You did it to yourself, you know what I'm saying?
You think I planned this?
Too often schools are inflexible. There's this box and you have to fit in the box. And it's probably easier to push the kids out who aren't in the box. Really what schools should do is say, wait a minute, we want you in here. Let's expand our definition. Let's figure out what you need so you can be successful here.
This is your girl Jen. Leave me a message.
Yo, Jen. My bad for not being a supportive friend. The other day I came out my face, ain't give you a chance. Seen days in your B-girl stance. I mean, damn. I regret what I said, my bad, but F the past. I respect your present. But yo, holla at me when you feel you're ready. One.
So the whole commitment to education as development, as growth, as diversity, as difference, as stretching, as yawning, that's being replaced by these like weird, messy ceilings that sit on young people's heads.
Yeah, I did feel like that when I was in my high school. I really felt I was like lower, like, oh, I'm stupid and all that crap. But you know, I wasn't gonna try to show it. And then now since I'm here, it's like I realized, like, oh, you know, I'm where I want to be at now. You know what I'm saying? It's like I realized I'm not stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like that, I'm doing what I gotta do. But my old high school really made me feel bad about, like, oh, I'm never gonna learn. I'm not gonna be nothing. I'm gonna be selling drugs, whatever. So.
This is my family tree. My family had so much potential, so much future, but yet none achieved. It's sad how my family didn't graduate. Now it's for me to achieve the diploma.
Strategies that we could think about. There's telling the truth, there's punishing schools, there's attacking the policies, and there's really educating young people.
They all fell in the cracks, pushed out, fell through the cracks of education. Because as you can see, my name is not up there, will not be up there. I will make it to the top.